Happy Easter, everyone, and welcome to Apex Acres. I'm Amy, and we are going to be working in the garden today. It is time to straighten up the garden. I don't know about the rest of you, but at the end of the season, I was exhausted and didn't close the garden up the way I should have. So we're going to be getting a lot of the grass out, filling garden beds, pulling weeds, and getting this place just squared away. And Miss Edie is going to be my helper. I am super excited about this load of black compost that we got in yesterday, and we are going to be filling as many garden beds as we can with this. This is 5 yards of compost, and we're going to put our own garden and chicken compost underneath, and then this on top. Miss Edie's even excited about the super soil. It's a good place to play, isn't it, Edie? Oh my gosh, you guys, it looks so much better out here. It's not 100%, but we definitely got the garden beds cleared out, some new dirt, or soil, I should say, into the beds, and we got a lot of the weeds pulled. So this garden is almost ready to be planted. Now this area of the garden, we're going to be putting in some more raised beds. We're gonna have about 4 to 5 beds, and this is where a lot of our tomatoes are gonna be planted this year. So with the soil that we got in, the super soil that we got in, we only used about half of it to top off all the beds in the garden. So I'm hoping that we'll have just enough left to be able to fill the 4 beds that we're going to put in. Now the beds are going to be the same size as these wooden beds, which are 4 by 10. So we'll have, like I said, 5 beds going across here that are 4 by 10, and they're going to be running vertically this way. Now, with a little bit of an update, we kind of had all of a sudden a bunch of business through Suits by Amy. I had advertised that I would be making masks for people because of this whole coronavirus sequestration and social distancing. Well, in just a few days, we had over 700 masks ordered, so that's been taking up a lot of my time. But just to give you an update on the animals that are around the farm, Miss Veronica got to have a meeting with Mr. Archie, and now she has been bred, and we're hoping to have babies from her and Becky on May 1st. May 1st is their due date. That'll be 31 days. So we're hoping that we will be getting some beautiful new bunnies out of them. You know, it's funny when we put the girls in with Archie, you know, you're kind of worried that things aren't going to go right. None of them had ever bred before. And I tell you what, they knew right off the bat what to do. You're waiting for 3 fall-offs, and honestly, that's why I didn't record it. I was so nervous and wanted to make sure things got done the way they were supposed to that I didn't even think to record it. So maybe the next time they breed, I'll get it on video. But everything went well. Everybody did with their job and what they're supposed to do. So like I said, hopefully in about 3 weeks, we'll have some baby bunnies. This is Miss Thelma, and her sister Louise is around here somewhere. And these are the 2 Alpine does that we purchased from a dairy. And they've been doing really well. We had some health issues with them in the beginning with some diarrhea, but that is all dried up. and doing much better. Please ignore my messy porch. We're getting that cleaned off this weekend as well. But they're doing so good, and they're outside on their own. We let them wander around the yard during the day so that they get plenty of a chance to graze. And then we have like a little shelter set up for them up by the house so that we can keep a good eye on them. We won't put them with the herd until they get a lot bigger, because right now our older does won't allow them to eat. So we keep them separated. There's Miss Louise. She's been the healthiest one so far. Thelma is the one who's had some different health issues throughout, but Louise has been a trooper. She's been doing well this whole time. Miss Winnie's little boy has gone to his new home, so we're milking her twice a day. That just started a couple days ago, and it's going pretty well so far. And everybody else is enjoying that they can be out grazing and eating the fresh green grass and the fresh shoots that come up. Miss Liesel right here is due to have babies the middle of May, and this will be her first kidding. So it'll be interesting to see what her babies look like. Now Liesel is an Alpine Nigerian cross. So my whole thought with that is the smaller size, but I'm hoping that she retains the milking capabilities of an Alpine, a full-size Alpine. So we get more milk from her with each milking than we do with the Nigerians. With a Nigerian goat being a miniature, it produces about, our first freshener Winnie right now is producing about half a quart a day. I would like to receive a quart a day, and maybe as she has babies and moves on, her milk production will increase. I've milked other goats in the past of ours, but I've never really kept good records. So this year my plan is to keep track of how much we're getting from each goat and how well things are going with the milking process. Is due to have babies in the next 10 days. Her due date is April 22nd. And she looks to me like she's dropped. I have not been able to check her ligaments. She looked to me today like she had dropped, like her belly wasn't as full. And I tell you what, her ligaments are crazy squishy. I can't feel them in there. So maybe she is gonna have her babies sooner than later. We were kind of stuck in between two different due dates. It was either gonna be April 5th or April 22nd. We weren't really sure when the breeding actually took. So, I don't know, maybe we'll have babies sooner than later. Although I have to say, with the guessing that I've been doing these past few pregnancies, I wouldn't hold my word to it because I'm never right, it seems like. They just happen when they happen. Sometimes I can tell by how much udder is bagged up, but she is so furry, I can't see her udder in there. I know I've touched it before, and it is making a baby bump. But with this being her first kidding, I don't know how she'll develop. So I may shave her today so that I can keep an eye on that as well. Edie's inspecting our work, making sure we did everything just right. Was it good, Ed? Did we do good? What do you think? Agnes says it was a good job. The thing we're doing is hatching out silky eggs. We set these eggs a week ago, and every single one of these are fertile, so that'll be exciting. The eggs should be hatching in just about 2.5 weeks, and we will bring you along for that as well. Just to give a quick update on the seeds that we started in the last 2 videos, they're all doing pretty well. My cherry tomatoes are a little bit slower, so it may reseed in some places just because some of them aren't growing like I had hoped. These Tumbling Toms especially, see I've only got a couple up, where I would like at least one per cell. Over here my peppers are doing pretty well, except for my autumn bells. But I noticed that I have 2 just breaking the surface. So these may be a little bit slower to the party. So I'm going to give them another day or 2.